Hi and welcome to this Junior Cycle Higher Level Maths Revision video. This is an applied arithmetic video and we're going to be looking today at household bills. So we're going to look at electricity bills in particular that have unit readings, units used, standing charges. They'll also include VAT, so if you haven't already revised VAT and how to work with it, I've linked the VAT revision video below. Example 1. In a 2-month period, the McCabe's used 980 units of electricity. Each unit of electricity costs 21 cents and there is a standing charge of 21.30. Find the total amount of their bill when VAT at 12.5% was added on. So we are looking at 980 units of electricity and each of these units cost 21 cents. So to get that, we're going to multiply together 980 by 21 cents. Now, what I suggest you do here is to actually change the cent to euro because it'll make it easier to just get your final answer. So instead of 21 cents, we're going to write that as 0.21 euro. Otherwise, if you multiply by 21, you get 20,580, which is a little bit trickier for us then to change back to euro. So by multiplying straight away by the euro figure, you get 205 euro and 80 cents. So 205 euro and 80 cents. So that's the cost for the units of electricity that the McCabe's used. Now, there was what was called a standing charge. The standing charge is the piece you have to pay even if you don't use any electricity. It's standing, so it doesn't change, it stays the same, and they'll have to pay that even if they used no electricity in the whole 2 months. So this is the standing charge. So we're going to add that on. So we're going to add on our 21.30 and we get 227 and 10 cents. We have now what's called the subtotal. So we're not quite at the total phase yet because we have to add on our VAT. Now the VAT is going to be 12.5%. I'm going to write that as 12.5%. So we need to work out 12.5% of 227.10. Now you can do this using decimals, but I find the easiest way is to use percentages. So that way you don't have to worry about the decimal point or converting. So in your calculator, you write 12.5, then the percentage of means multiply 227, 10 cents, and that gives us an answer of 28 euro. And remember that this is in cents, so we're going to round it. It actually gives 28.3875. We're going to round it to 2 decimal places. The next number is a 7, so it's going to round up to 28 euro and 39 cents. So we're going to add that on to the 227.10 we already have, and that gives us 255 euro and 49 cents as our total for this bill. Now, if you're using a sharp calculator, just be very careful. They don't like you using the percentage button here. They prefer that at the end. So you'd have to flip your sum. So instead of 12.5% multiplied by 227.10, you flip it and write 227.10 multiplied by 12.5. When you press the percentage button, this is just on the sharp, you'll get your answer automatically. Example 2. Ruth's electricity bill is based off the following details. Her previous meter reading is 46,523. Her present meter reading is 48,249. Her charge per unit is 21.5 cents. Her standing charge is 21.40. And the VAT on the total bill is 13.5%. Work out the total bill, including VAT. So the first thing we're going to need to do is understand how many units Ruth used in this period. So we take her present meter reading, so that is what it currently reads, and we take away her previous reading, and that's what it was at the time of her last bill. By taking these two away, we're going to get how many units she used in this period. So maybe it's a month, maybe it's 2 months, they didn't say. To be honest, it doesn't matter, it's not relevant. So when we take these away, she used 1,726 units. Each unit costs 21.5 cents. Remember, change it to euro at the start, and it'll be a little bit easier. So that's 215. Now, this in itself can cause some problems. Why is it half a cent? If you look around, and if you look especially at petrol and diesel prices, if you're at a garage, and we often see parts of cents used, and you say, well, we can't have half a cent. But this is usually when 1 unit is not what's being purchased. You would never go in and get 1 litre of fuel. You would never have 1 unit of electricity. So using that half cent means that they get a little bit more. So when we do this, we get 371.09. So we actually work out at getting something with 2 decimal places, which means correct to the nearest cent. We don't need to do any rounding. So when we do that multiplication, that's what we get. Now, there's also a standing charge of 21.40, which we need to add on. Remember that standing charge means you pay it even if you don't use any electricity. The subtotal for the bill is 392.49. That doesn't include VAT. My VAT is 13.5%. Again, I like to do the percentage. I find it just easier for calculator work to put it in as 13.5%. Of means multiply, and then 392.49. Generally with the bill, we like to show the VAT. If it was a case that you just wanted the answer, you could do 113.5. That's perfect. The VAT that we pay is 52.90, and when we round to 2 decimal places, 99. And we're going to add this on here, 52.99, and that gives us our final answer of 400. I'll just write it over here just for space. 445.48. So just one thing to mention for anybody who's using a Sharp calculator. Sharp, the way it works, it doesn't let you use the percentage first. So in that calculator, what you would write is 392.49 multiplied by 13.5. Do the percentage at the end. You don't even press equals. It'll automatically then give you the 52. It's 98, and then so on. We round it to 0.99. So if you're using Sharp, a tip is to always put that percentage at the end. If you didn't want to use the percentage method, it is the same as 0.135 in decimal, or 135 over 1,000 as a fraction.